Big tech and AI startups in the U.S. race to get their hands on Nvidia's long-awaited Blackwell chips. The Japanese tech conglomerate SoftBank will be the first to receive them, and announced yesterday by Jensen Huang and Masayoshi Son. That's what the subject of is today for today's Tech Check. Deirdre Bosa's got that. Hey, Dee.
Hey, good morning, Carl. So Masa-san, he is never one to be left out of a major tech shift. So being first to Blackwell on stage with AI kingmaker Jensen Huang was a very on-point way for him to show the world that he hasn't lost his touch. Also raising the question, why SoftBank and Masa-san and not an OpenAI or a Google who are at the forefront of LLM advancements? A source tells me it was simple. SoftBank's order was early and it was large. Here's Jensen Huang himself in Tokyo overnight.
Masa is the only entrepreneur, only innovator in the world that has selected the winner and partnered with the winner in every single generation. Remember, it was Masa that brought Bill Gates to Japan. It was Masa that invented or brought Jerry Yang to Japan. It was Masa that made possible for China's cloud industry to happen, Alibaba. It was Masa that brought Steve Jobs to Japan and the iPhone. And many of you probably don't know this, but at one point, Masa was the largest shareholder of Nvidia. Oh. It's okay. We can cry together.
I don't think Jensen is crying quite as much. It's a record from Masa-san that's also had some major misses over the years as well, like WeWork and selling his Nvidia stake way too early. Hence, that was what that crying was about.
Analysts predict that Nvidia's market-leading AI-focused data center chips will produce an earnings beat when the company releases its key 3 results on November 20. Mizuho analysts recently increased their price objective for Nvidia from $140 to $165, citing optimism regarding the company's dominance in the data center and artificial intelligence markets. Despite ongoing supply chain difficulties, analysts think this stance will secure demand for Nvidia's GPUs. By providing GPUs designed especially for AI applications, Nvidia has a strategic edge and now controls over 95% of the market for AI accelerators. Analysts predict that Nvidia's yearly sales growth will reach approximately $33.07 billion this quarter, representing an 82% increase year over year, meaning that earnings per share, EPS, will continue to positively line with revenue estimates. Nvidia's stock price nearly tripled in 2024, boosting the company's capitalization to roughly $1.5 trillion. Products like the H100 and the forthcoming Blackwell series have proven crucial for data-intensive areas like cloud computing and generative AI. Nvidia has had a big impact in the Chinese market, but there are still issues because of recent export limitations from the U.S. Nvidia is still a major force in the AI hardware market, though, and its upcoming earnings report should confirm the company's encouraging standing in an AI-driven economy. Japan's first customer for Nvidia's new AI processor intends to construct the country's most potent AI supercomputer. At Nvidia's AI Summit Japan on Wednesday, the chipmaker and Japan's SoftBank Group announced their partnership to develop an AI supercomputer using chips from Nvidia's new Blackwell platform. In order to construct the Nvidia DGX SuperPOD supercomputer, SoftBank will be the first to acquire Nvidia's DGX B200 systems. SoftBank will employ the supercomputer, which will have networking and Nvidia software, to build generative AI. With your help, we are building the biggest AI data center in Japan, stated Masayoshi Son, CEO of SoftBank Group. Many of those researchers, students, businesses, etc., should have access to this platform so they can better access much more computing power. The supercomputer is just one aspect of the partnership between the investment management firm and the chipmaker, according to Nvidia CEO Jensen Huang. Additionally, SoftBank and Nvidia intend to construct a second supercomputer to run extremely compute-intensive workloads. Nvidia's Grace Blackwell platform serves as the foundation for the upcoming supercomputer. With SoftBank's investment in Nvidia's technology, Japan has a long history of leading technological advancements with an international influence, Huang added. As a global leader in the AI industrial revolution, Japan is launching a new period of expansion in the robotics, healthcare, transportation, and telecommunications sectors that will significantly benefit humanity in the AI era. Following Wednesday morning's market opening, Nvidia's stock was up around 0.2%, while SoftBank's shares, which are listed in Japan, were down nearly 2.9%. To stay informed about the latest developments from Nvidia and the ever-changing stock market, consider subscribing to our investing tutorial channel. We provide daily updates on significant market shifts and key catalysts. So hit that subscribe button to ensure you never miss crucial information. We'd love to hear your thoughts on Nvidia stock, so please share your opinions in the comments below. Now let's dive into today's video.
Newest Dow component. Every trader I talk to owns it, talks about it all the time. We used to almost be CNBC/Nvidia here, so I'm talking about Nvidia, of course. I'm going to show the chart right here. So right here, we're seeing the 100-day moving average right here. This is the purple line, and the purplish line. The 200-day, that's the goldish line. And right here, you're seeing an area of resistance. What does that tell you about this stock and this trade?
So we're saying that NVIDIA is so-called testing resistance. The 141 level was cleared very decisively last week on a 9% rally. So that leaves a breakout pending confirmation this week in our work. So on Friday, if we see a close above that level by NVIDIA, that would confirm the breakout in a bullish development. The measured move price objective from that breakout would be about 157. Maybe that's a little bit conservative longer term, but it's more of an intermediate term objective. And the reason we would wait for that confirmation is really twofold. One, because NVIDIA, like everything else, has that gap that we want to keep an eye on this week. But there is a short-term counter-trend signal likely today from our DeMark indicators. And also there's a pretty good spread right now to support, which is roughly 130 for NVIDIA. So we really want to see that confirmation to feel like we can then be more constructive on the upside following.
Harsh Kumar, a Piper Sandler analyst, maintained an overweight rating on Nvidia's shares and increased the price objective from $140 to $175. Because of its leading position in AI accelerators and the impending release of the Blackwell architecture, the advisory also ranked Nvidia as its top large-cap choice. In a research note, Kumar informed investors that Nvidia is well-positioned to take the majority of the incremental market growth and give up very little to its merchant chip rivals, since the total addressable market for AI accelerators is expected to grow by an additional $70 billion in 2025. Piper's bull case for Nvidia's Q3 release predicted a revenue beat of about $1.3 billion for the October quarter and a beat of about $1.5 billion in the January quarter, which was severely limited in terms of supply. Nvidia's results for the quarter ending in October 2024 are anticipated to show a year-over-year improvement in profitability on greater revenues. Although the company's earnings picture is well represented by this well-known consensus view, the actual results comparison to these projections is a significant aspect that could affect the stock price in the near future. If these important figures are better than anticipated, the earnings report, which is anticipated to be presented on November 20, 2024, may aid in a rise in the stock price. However, if they fail, the stock can decline. Although the sustainability of the immediate price shift and future earnings expectations will primarily be determined by management's explanation of business circumstances during the results call, it is worthwhile to have a handicap on the likelihood of a positive EPS surprise. In its next report, this manufacturer of artificial intelligence and gaming graphics chips is anticipated to disclose quarterly earnings of $0.74 per share, a plus 85% year-over-year change. It is anticipated that revenues would reach $32.81 billion, an increase of 81.1% from the same quarter last year. Over the past 30 days, the consensus EPS estimate for the quarter has increased by 0.57% to its current level. The covering analysts' combined revaluation of their initial estimates throughout this time is reflected in this. So, what implications does this have for Nvidia's stock? Let's explore that. But first, a big thank you to those of you who've stuck with us this far. Creating these videos takes significant effort and dedication, so if you're enjoying the content, please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and share your thoughts on Nvidia stock in the comments. Your support truly helps us grow. Now let's get back to the video.
He always bets big, and now he is turning his attention to AI and what he is calling artificial superintelligence, which goes beyond AGI by surpassing human intelligence across all domains, including creativity and emotional intelligence. This slide from SoftBank's latest quarter saying that ASI will contribute to the happiness of all humanity. A very controversial and ambitious endeavor that does need the most powerful AI chips to build a supercomputer, and Masa-san, now he's betting on Blackwell to do that. For Nvidia, it comes just as this debate is really heating up over whether AI advancements have peaked. A big deal with SoftBank lets Huang and Nvidia diversify away from its large U.S. customers to new opportunities in sovereigns like Japan. Now, given the demand that Huang has indicated for Blackwell in recent weeks and months, it will be very interesting to hear from him on next week's earnings call on where the most opportunity is right now. Has that really shifted from mega cap tech to newer entrants like SoftBank and Japan? Guys, back to you.
Jim Cramer recently said that the market likes Donald Trump and praised the market's surge following his election victory. The market enjoys a smooth transition to the next president and supports Donald J. Trump. We had a huge celebration after receiving both. The bears never found out what had trampled them, and it was a complete jailbreak. But now that this incredible session has been added, we must ask, did you miss the Trump rally? Since many Trump equities saw a large sell-off after Kamala Harris allegedly began to gain ground, Cramer stated the market is still oversold. But according to Cramer, the polls were once more shown to be inaccurate. The stock that investors can purchase to ride the Trump rise was the next topic Cramer discussed. Speaking of stocks that could rise during the Trump administration, Cramer predicted that the president-elect would favor Nvidia. When Nvidia releases its most recent quarterly results later this month, investors will be closely following the business. Nvidia's losses following the Q2 earnings were mostly anticipated given management-confirmed Blackwell delay reports. However, a modification to the Blackwell GPU mask was the primary cause of the delays. Analysts claim that this has little bearing on the chip's primary functional logic or architecture. Nvidia's basic growth premise remains unchanged despite Blackwell's several-month delay. Nvidia is expected to increase significantly as a result of the AI wave and the data center boom. Jensen Huang, the CEO of Nvidia, projected that the company would spend over $250 billion a year on data center infrastructure at its GPU technology conference in March 2024. Depending on how long this level of investment lasts, this may amount to anywhere from $1 trillion to $2 trillion over the following 10 years. Vivek Arya of Bank of America confirmed this estimate during the same Q&A session, estimating that the entire addressable market would be between $1 and $2 trillion, especially when nations make investments in their own AI infrastructure. Spending may reach the upper end of that range by the end of the decade. As always, sharing your thoughts and insights in the comments section can foster a more informed community discussion, helping everyone navigate the complexities of investing in this dynamic sector. Stay ahead of the game with the latest stock market news, data, and important updates. I share valuable insights and real-time information on my Telegram channel, ensuring you're always informed before everyone else. If you want to keep up with the fast-paced world of investing, open the description below. Click the link to my Telegram channel and join our growing community. Don't miss out on